Hello, second grade. I thought I would do something fun while we did our poem. So we are still in California. We are by the Golden Gate Bridge. Where are we? Right here, Golden Gate Bridge. I thought this would be fun. So let's see how it goes, okay? Today we're learning our poem, After the Party. So let us begin. You need your piece of paper. So if you don't have it, please go get it, okay? Great. So we're back and we are going to continue learning our poem, okay? So let's continue. So we begin After the Party by William Whyte. Jonathan Blake ate too much cake. He isn't himself today. He's tucked up in bed with a feverish head, and he doesn't much care to play. Okay, let's do the second one. Jonathan Blake ate too much cake and 3 kinds of ice cream. You're gonna pretend like you're licking it, okay? Jonathan Blake ate too much cake and 3 kinds of ice cream too. From his latest, you're going to point backwards, from his latest reports, he's quite out of sorts. You're going to do like a question. Okay, let's begin from the beginning. Jonathan Blake ate too much cake and 3 kinds of ice cream too. From his latest reports, he's quite out of sorts, and I'm sure the reports are true. So let's do it again. Jonathan Blake ate too much cake and 3 kinds of ice cream too. From his latest reports, he's quite out of sorts, and I'm sure the reports are true. And I'm sure the reports are true. Let's do it again. And I'm sure the reports are true. And I'm sure the reports are true. Let's do it again. Jonathan Blake ate too much cake and 3 kinds of ice cream too. From his latest reports, he's quite out of sorts, and I'm sure the reports are true. Let's do it again. Jonathan Blake ate too much cake and 3 kinds of ice cream too. From his latest reports, he's quite out of sorts, and I'm sure the reports are true. Okay, so let's do it from the beginning and then we'll be done. After the Party by William Wise. Ready? Begin. Jonathan Blake ate too much cake. He isn't himself today. He's tucked up in bed with a feverish head, and he doesn't much care to play. Jonathan Blake ate too much cake and 3 kinds of ice cream too. From his latest reports, he's quite out of sorts, and I'm sure the reports are true. Okay, so we've read this story about this boy named Jonathan Blake, right? And is it a story or is it a statement? It seems like a story, right? It has a character, it has a setting, right? It's telling us what's happening. But is there a climax and a resolution? Now, we've talked about these words, but we haven't really defined what they mean. So I want to talk a little bit about what they mean. A climax, so a story, let's see if I have a blank piece of paper. A story always begins like this. It always begins like this. It tells you the character. It tells you what's happening, where you're at, and then there's a problem. And it goes up. And it goes up, and it goes up, and it goes up. And right here, let me draw it for you. So that's what it is. Right here, it tells you who the person is, who the main characters are, what the story's about, where it's taking place, and then there's a climax, and you go all the way to the top, and that's where they tell you what the problem is. There's a problem, and it needs to be solved. And once they're solving the problem, it starts going down, 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 and that's the resolution. Resolution means kind of like an answer. So again, they tell you what's happening. Then there's a problem, and that's the climax. Can you say that with me? Climax. Kind of like this bridge. Do you see that? Oh, I don't think my pen's gonna work, but it's kind of like the bridge. It goes up, and then it goes down. So it tells you this, the main characters, where the story's at, and then there's a problem, and that's the climax. And then once it goes down, the problem's resolved. So we call it a resolution. Okay? So that's all I wanted to do for today. Keep on practicing the poem. You will have until Friday to memorize the poem. We're almost done memorizing. We have about 2 more days to memorize, and then you'll have Thursday and Friday to really, really memorize the poem. Okay? So God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Keep on practicing, and I will see you tomorrow. Totus tuus, Maria.